Alright.
Traveling to Dorado.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the stream.
The name's Cassidy.
Knock me down.
Welcome
Now you're
in.
getting back up.
We are currently waiting on a map to finish up, and they have already started. So, they're already in a game right now, so we're waiting on that. It shouldn't take too long. Hopefully not, at least. And we will get in the game here shortly. But yeah, we were just waiting on their game to finish up so we can join in. And then we can get in there pretty soon here. Hopefully we'll be spectating the whole entire thing instead of just the team. But you guys can already hear that we are spectating, we're watching. So I'll actually put it on so you guys can see what we got going on so far. I gotta double check what we have for teams. I know we have Gretna Varsity. I don't know the other team. I believe it is Lincoln East, if I'm correct on that. But I'll give you more commentary and stuff once the next map starts so I can see everything a little bit better. Because right now it's pretty hard to give you a lot of commentary with what's going on. Lincoln East Varsity, my apologies. Thank you for that. Looks like right now Gretna's coming to point 2. Oh, fancy, just oof, anti and dead. Rough. Lenny goes down by Meeks. Gretna stabilizes it. Oh, and Anna's gone. There goes Prairie, if I'm pronouncing that right. Sorry if I'm not. We got Tracers, left and dead. That was a yikes. Some crazy damage coming out of Fancy though. 14,000. It's crazy. On the enemy team though, they are pushing 12,000 for their highest, it looks like. So pretty good. Fancy's taking a nap though. Just about normal. He likes taking little naps in between in the middle of the game sometime. That Tracer is getting dangerously low. Yeah, there goes the Tracer. Person man gets a shot on that. Nano goes to Fancy. Let's see what Fancy can do here. The top going versus this from Matra. Lenny pulls out the ult for Matra. Barzer goes out for CD55. But the visor doesn't work. Fancy stays in it, so he's doing good. Nano comes out from Lincoln East Varsity. It's like most of Gretna is back in his spawn now. They gotta destroy that turret. Effort gets that. It's just support left right now on point. Now it's just DPS, I think. Yep, Lincoln East is gonna hold that. Fancy switches over to the Doomfist. We got a Kiriko switch from Anna. And no other changes, surprisingly. Looks like Gretna's gonna wrap around the right side here. Lucio's putting out some beasts to kill that Torbaron. It's not gonna work though. But he's getting the monkey out of his space. The turret is just destroying their backline though. Sid goes down, Effort goes down. Meeks gets the Tracer though. Person man gets the turret gone, so he's able to help the Cassidy now, but Monkey and Torb is right there to end both of them. Now it's just Fancy in the backline. But they're not going to be able to touch it. That is map 1 going to Lincoln East Varsity, though. We'll get some more information coming out here as quickly as we can. Here's player of the game, though. by a good old Torbjorn. Fancy kill. Jeez, he's just doing 360s over there. And got the Lucio. That was a nice shot. Very well done. Alright, we will be back with the next game here in just a moment, though.
What camp did you attend this week? All right. What was your favorite thing?
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, and we are here on our next map, Colosseo. We are now ready for battle. People are getting in. We are getting ready. We are here in the middle of the map, actually, taking a look at some of the artwork that was built here in the Roman city. Very cool. I love all the details. I love all the beautiful updates that has happened as well. We are about to start pushing the bot. Whoever pushes it the furthest gets the win. Whether it's in overtime or not overtime, there is an endpoint as well. There is a checkpoint in the middle. That checkpoint allows people to push past it. Once the team, say Lincoln East Varsity here, if they manage to push past the checkpoint, they get bar spawn. Bar spawn means they get to spawn closer to the other side of the map. But on the side of Gretna, we got Wrecking Ball, Tracer, Sombra, Kirko, Lucio. Lincoln East Varsity, we have Torian, Kirko, Ana, Matra, and Tracer. Looks like Person Man is getting most of the damage done so far at the start here. Fancy's trying to get some work done. Looks like upper roots get some more kills in. There goes Tracer from Lincoln East. And Gretna's gonna get the bot pushing. Pretty start here. Looks like Fancy is looking to get that Lucio. Knock him back a little bit. Or get some more damage here. Yep, looking for some more damage. Incoming loot, looking for some more damage, but doesn't find it. Little Chicane finds two, both their Somber and Kiriko on Gretna's side. That's pretty good for Lincoln East. Kaza kills Meeks as well. It looks like Lincoln East Varsity is gonna be taking the bot back. They're gonna get some ground made up as Gretna made 18 meters. As Lincoln East heals up, Gretna is getting organized over here and ready for the next fight. Fancy's gonna go in to get a little touch, stop them from pushing past Gretna's push point. And both Sombras on each other's backline trying to get some damage done. Plaza ends up killing Fancy with a hack on him. And Person Man gets a trade, killing Pazza. And Lincoln East Varsity ends up taking the lead with Lenny and Chicane both killing their Gretna support. Fancy comes in a little bit late. Mix gets a pick. It's almost a full trade right now, 2 versus 2. So Gretna could pull this off. Looks like Gretna will, as they have the third member in here now. It is now a Tracer versus Tracer. And Gretna will take the bot, and they will most likely end up taking the lead right about now. Looks like Lincoln East is taking the high ground. Meeks is looking in the back, possibly Power Driver with some mines, and an EP came out. Got some damage done, but Lenny's still killing a few players from Gretna. There goes both DPS, actually. I don't know where the support is from Gretna. They must have died. I must have missed that one. But Lincoln East Varsity is taking the bot back across. Fancy comes in with the power drive. There goes Rush from Kiriko. And Personal. Mix gets Chain. He's not happy about that one. Gretna is going to finish them off, and Gretna will take the bot back. The only survivor is actually Pezza as Sombra, who is right there in the middle. Looks like Pezza's going to get a hack onto Fancy, so he can't roll out of there. He's going to have to drop down. And Fulsome is in their backline trying to get back there. There goes the rush from Ice. And the barrier, the beat from Effort to counter that. Fancy gets the first kill. There goes Lenny's ultimate. I don't know the name of that one, actually. It's been a minute since we got a Lucio versus Lucio over here. Anyway, on points. Minefield from Fancy. That's going to do some damage on Pezza, but that's not going to really affect anything. It's 2 versus 1 on Meeks for Tracer, but looks like Lincoln East Varsity is gonna come out on top here. 3 versus 3 it looks like, with Fancy pushing in on Ice and Lenny. Hat comes up onto Lenny as well. He's gonna take a lot more damage, but they're still pushing the bot back way over here for Lincoln East. Person Man and Fancy getting some picks. Laney's about to die. There he goes as well from Fancy. Looks like Gretna's going to take it. Back past the center. Fancy's looking to kill that Lucio, it appears. Now Gretna's going to get some more pushing going. Pezza looking around to see what Lincoln East can do. EMP comes out, gets onto 2 people. Pulse Bomb comes out as well from Meek. Doesn't affect anything though. Person Man extremely low. Upcoming root gone. Looks like Coolsome and Lenny getting some picks. There goes their last support for Gretna. Meeks finds a small trade though, but not enough to stabilize Gretna. Fancy being the last member, he gets a pick, but not on his way out. He ends up dying, and Lincoln East Varsity takes the bot. Meeks looking around for their support in the back line. Doesn't find any, but Fancy's gonna pile drive them and minefield them in the back, which is not gonna do any damage, surprisingly. Ice gets extremely low and dies by Meeks. That Tracer in the back line is starting to kill. Coolsome is in the back looking for Person Man on the other side for Gretna. Doesn't find it though. Lenny gets very low, but Fancy gets picked off. He ended up being way too deep in there and gets picked off. Pulse Bomb comes out from Meeks, doesn't find anything. Gets Coolsome and Lenny very low though. But Lincoln East Varsity still seems to have the upper hand here, which is not good for Gretna. Gretna has some ultimates. They have EMP and Rush. But there's the EMP. Kills the Lucio. Person Man gets traded by a Pulse Bomb. There's the barrier to counter the Wrath from Lenny. Fancy and Meeks gets 2. Epic dies though. It's looking like a 2v2 right now. 2v3. I say that, and Coulson dies by Fancy. Looks like Lenny's trying to make his way out with Chicane. Chicane dies though. Lenny's gonna die as well from Meek. Gretna stabilizes it, and they're gonna push the bot back. Gretna's still holding the lead with 50 meters versus 32 meters. So they are looking pretty stable with 2 minutes on the timer to go. So Lincoln East does not have a lot of time, but they do have ultimates. They have EMP again, Sound Barrier. Coulson dies by Person Man very early here. That is a little bit shocking, and looks like Gretna's getting closer and closer to the first point. Meeks finding pizza and a common loot finding Prairie. If I'm pronouncing that, I'm so sorry if I'm not pronouncing that right. Fancy trying to deal with the Tracer, but here comes a Sound Barrier from Chicane. Fancy is the last one left. Everybody ended up dying with that EMP that came through from Pisa. Tracer versus Tracer in the back here though. But here we go with the bot. As Lincoln East Varsity takes the bot back to center. Now Gretna didn't get far spawn here, so they ended up spawning way in the back, so they didn't get an advantage over that. But they are down a couple of members, it appears, so they're going to back out and reorganize as Gretna starts pushing. Just trading bullet damage at this point, so you can get the first pick. Rush comes from Person Man, but a hack goes on him and he dies to the Lucio. Lenny pushes on effort, so that's no support for Gretna. That's not good for Gretna. Pulse Bomb comes out from Meeks, doesn't find anything, but Fancy finishes off Pezza. So that's going to work. He's going to try to kill the Tracer. He does successfully. It's Lenny and Chicane left with Ice. EMP comes out, connects onto all 3 of them. So that's going to put them down, but they are starting back up, so they are a little bit safer now. They got 2 ultimates to spare, and there goes one of them. It is now in overtime. Lincoln East Varsity cannot lose a fight. Person Man trying to stop the payload with the bot for now. Unsuccessful, has to back out as he is getting low. Gretna is all low right now, but Lenny is the lowest right now. He's got heals coming out from his Lucio and more, but not enough for that Pulse Bomb from Meek. Meek in the backline just doing damage. Sound Barrier out from Chicane though is going to help Lincoln East Varsity push a little bit more, but Who knows if it's gonna be enough, as there's trades going back and forth from both teams. EMP comes out again from Pizza. These EMPs are coming out so quickly, but Effort has a sound barrier to counter that and help Gretna out a little bit more. Pezza goes down from Effort with a little boot. It is not looking good for Lincoln East here, as they are down to one or two members here. And Gretna has 4 people on here with 2 healers both here. Laney's got some shield with that new shield adaptability. So he's going to be here for a minute. Unless he gets hacked like that and dies. That is going to be map number 2 going to Gretna. That was wild. Both teams had some pretty good trades, but let's see the play of the game here. Let's see who did the most damage of them all. Or we won't, because it's going to be hacked by Pezza. It's going to be the EMP. That was a very good EMP. Connected onto 3 to 4 people for the final blows onto a lot of them. But that is going to be that map. So we are going to be moving on to the next map, and we will see you guys there shortly. See you guys there. We are back for our map number 3. Unsure if it's best of 3 or 5, so hopefully I can get that answer here shortly. But we are on Nepal. It's a little bit snowy here in Nepal this time. A little bit interesting spice to the map. I must be new. I don't remember seeing snow on this map, but I see snow now. But we are here on Nepal, the lovely map of Zenyatta, if I'm correct. So, the objective of this version of the game, and what both teams need to do. There is a point in the middle of the map, right here. Both teams need to come to this point, try to capture it, There's percentage bars at the top. Both say 0% right now. First team to 100% gets the round. There is 3 rounds possible. 2 rounds to capture the point. First to 2 wins the map.
Capture the objective.
So we shall see how it goes. We have Junker Queen, Reaper, Soldier, Lucio Baptiste coming out for Gretna, Torbjorn, Lucio, Kirko, or Matrek, Tracer for Lincoln East Varsity. Both teams trading damage. Meeks getting the first lowest. Recall coming out from one of the Tracers. More damage going about. Lenny's getting pretty low there. So is Ice. Very low, actually. The objective is active, so first team to manage to capture it. As you see, it's being contested by Lincoln East Varsity right now. But all of them are getting very low on Lincoln East Varsity. Very incredible. The anti-healing from Fancy's Junker Queen is helping him greatly. And Gretna's going to cap it because of that. As Lincoln East is having to back up, as all of them are pretty low. Here comes the rush coming out early from Lincoln East Varsity. It's going to get some picks. Both support coming down from Gretna. That means no heals for Gretna right now. Meeks and Uproot Fancy, they get some picks though. They're trading it. Laney is the last one. He has no heals. Gretna manages to hold it. I am absolutely stunned. Meek and Fancy ended up holding it out. Even though Lincoln East Varsity had an ultimate early. I believe Fancy ended up getting Junker Queen's ultimate in the middle of that somewhere, but something happened and I missed it. Lincoln East Varsity looking for another push in, but Everett using that immortality early, multi-core coming out because of it. Meeks looking for a Death Blossom. It's not going to do anything. Multi-core is on the ground. It's really stopping Gretna from moving anywhere, but they're stabilizing. Trades coming out everywhere, but it looks like Gretna's on top right now, with Kirko being the last one to die. So Gretna is stabilized at 70% right now. Lincoln East Varsity have Sound Barrier and Ramacha's ult. They're going to need something big here from their DPS in order to stabilize this completely. But we'll see what they do. They have Torbjorn's turret shooting shots towards Fancy. But their Tracer is also going on a little flank, it looks like. And Efforts has got eyes for that, but here comes the Matrix from him as well. And a beat, because Lenny is pushing in looking at ultimate. And there's the ultimate as well. Uproot Loot does his ultimate as well. Finds nothing from it though. And it looks like Lenny's taken out 3, but Fancy ends up shutting him down. Ice finds Meeks, but Lincoln East Varsity is going to cap the point with Gretna backing out. Fancy manages to get out with half health, so he is safe for now. Lincoln East Varsity missing some members at this time, so Gretna is looking to push in very quickly, and they are coming right now. The rush coming from Lincoln East Varsity, stopping Gretna's push. Even though Reaper's going for the back cap right now, Lucio and Ice, both of them are realizing that they're going to try to shut him down, but Meeks gets Ice. Uproot gets Lenny as he's in no man's land away from his support. Not good for him. Molten Core comes out from Pezza. It finds Effort in person, man. No heals for Gretna now, but Pezza is going to die. It's just the support as Coulson dies as well. Fancy does the Reckoning Death Blossom on Meeks. It finds both their support again. It is Lenny on the Wrecking Ball and Meeks and Person Man left. Lincoln East Varsity have the map, but they just lost it, and it's overtime now for Gretna. Lincoln East Varsity needs to keep touching it, but their whole team is here now. Pulse Bomb coming out from Coulson finds nothing as the Immortality Field comes out. So the Gretna's safer now on picks. Let's see who gets the first pick. It's going to be Coulson finding Effort. Meeks finding Coulson though. Trades coming about. PC dies to Fancy. Meeks kills Ice. and Gretna's gonna take the first round here. Very stressful situation for Lincoln East Varsity. I can tell they are having issues with keeping that ult management up here recently. This was supposed to be a very tough game for both teams, but it is looking a little bit one-sided right now. Hopefully Lincoln East can pull out a little hat trick and come back here shortly. Otherwise, if they lose this round, it is game over for Lincoln East Varsity. But we shall see as we have a look around the map here.
4, 3, 2, 1.
And they are off. Here comes Gretna. We're going to be doing the Orisa, Reaper, Sojourn, Lucio Baptiste. And it is going to be the same comp for Lincoln East Varsity as the last round, but they're going to have an Ana this time. Looks like Coolsome is trying to hold point, but he's at 25 HP. Not good for him. Pizza has a turret out that's doing damage on Uproot, but Person Man notices that and helps take care of it. Meeks is trying to cap point with Coolsome stopping it, but Coolsome dies to Meek. And Meeks is going to get the capture on the point. Fancy's pushing the Ramacha Lenny. Pez is going to die to some fall off damage in the back because of Fancy. But they're getting healed up pretty good. Fancy almost down in the drain. We saw that completely. And Mortality Field comes out from Effort, which is going to save them for now. Prison Man dies. Effort dies. Fancy dies. And Lincoln East Varsity has the full trade and better numbers. They're going to get the cap switch over as Gretna managed to capture 29%. Common loot is just going to drop in the pits as there is nothing else that he can do as Lincoln East Varsity has captured the point. Fancy taking another nap from she can't get him to sleep, but they're going to push out. Versus ult goes off. It's going to find 2 hits. Javelin kills Pizza. Meeks gets Coolsome. And Lincoln East Varsity is just going to try to slow it out here a little bit more. But now they're going to back out as their Ana is the only survivor, but not for long as Meeks pushes up and gets that final kill. That's going to be not a team kill. Not quite, but very close. Meeks has Death Blossom, so he's hiding behind the corner as you see up in front of us. Trying to get a little Death Blossom, but they have Sound Bearer almost online for Lincoln East Varsity. As communication is being traded amongst both teams on where each other is, Reaper's going to be coming in. Here comes Meeks. For that Death Blossom, he's going to find 1, 2, 3 kills. Fancy steals one, but he gets another one, and Person Man finishes it off for a team kill. Gretna is going to be coming up to 75% by the time Lincoln East Varsity comes back. Or they'll be at 70% because they are grouping up very quickly out here. And there is a slip onto Fancy. Fancy is taking a nap. Meeks is antied from the Bionade. But Lincoln East is pushing to the point very quickly. Pezza getting low. Lenny is getting low. Pulse Bomb comes out from Coolsome. Doesn't find anything. Ultimate Degree traded. Nano. Everything is being traded right now. It's in the favor of Gretna, though. They are going to take it completely. Everything happens so quickly. Meeks ended up being the last one, and he takes it. That is the map. That was extremely quickly from Gretna. They are making no time from it. And Meeks is going to get the play of the game here. Looks like some of us are confused about if it's best of 5 or best of 3, so we're going to take a minute as we figure that out. Meeks getting that play of the game with the Death Blossom. Not surprising there, but we will be back with an update on whether it's a best of 5 or a best of 3. We'll be back in just a few moments.
Initiating match. Ready for battle.
Alrighty. And we're on map number 4. It's going to be a best of 5. So we got some free time to go around. We're on King's Row. Gretna's coming out with Reinhardt, Reaper, May, Lucio, Baptiste. Lincoln East Varsity is coming out with Reaper, Lucio, Ana. Actually, we're going to May instead. And Ramacha, Soldier. So completely different teams other than the Lucio on both teams and the May.
5, 4,
So we're gonna get this round started. It's gonna be a best of 5.
1.
It's 3-0 right now in Gretna's favor.
Defend objective A.
Lincoln East Varsity starting to come out early. Effort's getting some healing done with his ultimate. Ultimates are ticking up. Meek's taking a nap in the corner. He's gonna end up dead from that. Unless he can get out. Immortality Field comes out for him, so he is out. He is safe. No more Immortality for effort for now, but Meeks doesn't manage to escape it completely. He ends up dying by Wholesome. Wholesome kills Fancy as well. Another sleep coming out. Holy, that's a lot of people sleeping today on the job. Lincoln East Varsity is going to cap the first point here as Gretna backs out. They've lost 2 members. 2 or 3 members. So they are going to back up. They might come in for another chance here. It looks like they will. They're not going to be able to get it. They're going to, Lincoln East Varsity is going to cap that. So they're going to have a little under 6 minutes in the time bank. As Gretna's going to be holding the bridge here. And the ultimates are starting to tick up. Fancy has Shatter, but Kargoon has Nano. Shatter comes out from Fancy, Nano comes out. As expected, we got the Immortality Field that went through. Looks like Gretna's getting the upper hand here as of right now, though. Lenny has his ultimate. Meeks almost walled off their team. Looks like Lincoln East is starting to push back as Fancy is getting half. Ultimates popped out from Lenny. Soundburst who countered that not before Fancy ends up going down. So Gretna has no tank now, so Gretna's going to start backing out as Meeks dies from pools only. Lincoln East stabilizing and pushing the payload as Lenny's picking up for some more ult charges. He ended up using his ult. He's going to find that ult charge, get up to 11%, so he's going to back out. Fancy's looking for some ult charge from those fire strikes as Kuguni is looking for some bio nades on Ana to get that nano boost, but he's sleeping Fancy very often. Blizzard out from both teams. Just about everybody gets frozen but Pizza. And it looks like Gretna's coming out on top with Lenny being the only one, but he's pushing the card a little bit. Meeks behind him, Fancy in front of him. Meeks versus Lenny now. Lenny has the upper hand here a little bit with Fancy coming back in. Meeks ended up dying though. So Lenny does have the upper hand, but he's going to die by Fancy, who pushed up to help. So Lincoln East Varsity is going to be down a tank for a little bit as the payload starts to back up. Gretna has Shatter, Death Blossom, and Matrix here on their side with no Lucio ult, surprisingly. Lagoon looking for some sleeps on the side here, or a Bionade. Hits the Bionade on 2. Shatter comes out from Fancy though, only finds 1. Not good. Should have been some more damage there, but it's alright. Death Blossom gets booped away. Meeks gets no damage out of it. Lenny pops his ult. to get some damage done. Immortality Field already used by Effort, so Fancy dies. Person Man dies. Effort dies. No heals for Gretna. Common Loot dies as well. Meek's going down as well. That is a team kill from Lincoln East Varsity, as they're going to come up to the checkpoint here. They're going to have some more time here soon. And you don't see this often, and Anna pushing way ahead. Gets out though, but looking for that nano boost, I guess. Fancy switching over from Reinhardt to Junker Queen. Some switches here. We have a Cassidy now as well from Meek. Soundberry comes out from Person Man, which is going to save Gretna pretty heavily here, as Effort Fancy finds some kills on their DPS for Lincoln East Varsity. Lincoln East looking to back out now. Fancy taking a small nap. Not a long one, but a small one. Fancy's getting low, but he is out. He's in a stable place, so he can get some heals topped up, and everybody can regroup. Ice almost has that sound barrier. Coulson has that visor, but Common Loot has sound barrier, which is the Blizzard, my bad, which is out now. Visor got canceled, shut down by Fancy. Ice dies, but a Blizzard. Lenny gets rid of that Immortality Field to try to kill some Gretna people, but no good. Lincoln East Varsity having to back out. Get some more ultimate charge. They almost have 4 ultimates. They only use Visor there, so they're gonna have the upper hand here heavily. Huge anti from Fancy's ultimate. We're gonna name it for Junker Queen. I'll be sure to remember. Meeks goes down though. It's full trade right now as Coulson also goes down. Anti onto Common Loot, so he's gonna go down from Pizza. Fancy's gonna get Pizza though. We're trading all over the place. Gretna looks to have the upper hand now. Has that final kill, on Pizza. Lincoln East Varsity still having the upper hand with some ultimates. They're gonna have Attack Visor in a couple fights here as well, depending on how much damage Coulson gets. There goes 2 ults. Soundburst to cancel it. High Noon behind in their back. Might find that Lucio. Doesn't find it, but finds Coulson the soldier, so takes care of that. Person Man, Effort, and Meeks end up dying though. And Lincoln East Varsity pushing with 4 members. Fancy trying to get out desperately. Using his ult to get out. It seems to have worked though. He's got out, his team came in to help him, as teamwork should be doing. Matrix comes out, Barrier comes out from Ice. Both teams have damage and healing coming together. Gretna stabilizing, stopping it with 1 minute to go. Fancy anti pushing them back pretty far though, 50 seconds. Pizza gets walled off, killed, and Gretna backs out, getting that pick to stagger Lincoln East Varsity. Lenny trying to get his ultimate, get that charge up so he can push. Lincoln East Varsity going to be without a sound barrier here for this fight. 30 seconds indeed, as Lincoln East Varsity now pushing up to the payload. Looking for a Blizzard here, I believe, and Attack Visor. There's the Blizzard. Double Blizzard from Gretna. It's going to freeze Coulson. Nobody else. But Lincoln East gets some picks. Meeks down. Common Loot down. Person Man down. Fancy's about to go down. Half health now for Fancy. Staying in there. It's overtime now. Gretna still has it stopped, but it's now on its way. Meeks going down. Picks coming around everywhere from both teams. Attack Visor coming out from Coulson, finding Person Man immediately. Looking for Common Loot from May, who is about to be looped off, but saves it. Mortality from Effort coming in. But Lenny pops his ultimate. That's going to cause Gretna to back out, and they might cap it. High Noon, Meeks in the corner, finds Ice. Finds Coulson as well. Sound barrier from Person Man. Gretna's going to stabilize it right here and right now. Pizza goes down. Lenny, the last person. Kajane coming out on Anna, but instantly dead. Lenny, the last one, going half health. quarter health, 25 HP, gone. Overtime, out. Gretna stops them before the very end at 66.13 meters.
Score.
That was a good hold at the
2-2.
end.
Switching sides.
So that's going to get them 2 points on the board for Lincoln East Varsity.
Initiate.
Now, Gretna manages to get all 3 at the end here. Then that'll be this map going towards Gretna, which will mean they will have 4 to 5 or 4 to 0. So Lincoln East needs to come out with something, and rather quickly. Gonna take a look around the map as we wait for our teams to get ready.
Ready for
Lincoln
battle.
East on the move with May, Kiriko, Anna, Ramatra, and Soldier. Same comp as last time, so we'll see how it works this time. You can see them coming out here. Gretna looking at Junker Queen with Fancy as usual. Junker Queen pretty strong right now. Meeks with a Widowmaker. We're going to see some headshots possibly through the window at the top of the castle tower building over here. We got May, Lucio, and Baptiste. No change there. So we'll see some Widowmaker here for a few seconds. Probably going to take a shot, switch over to Reaper or
5,
Soldier. We'll see.
3, 2.
But now it's time for Gretna to push.
Attackers incoming.
Shot, Ice, gone. Doesn't matter. Ice is just taking a nap. Wow, that was crazy. Gretna's going to get a free cap here because Lincoln East is backing out. They've lost their main support immediately. They're going to look to push back in. And they will, but they're not touching. But Gretna comes off of it. Pulls some dies to Meek. Meek finds Pizza as well. Meeks finds Lenny. Can Meeks find their team? Nope, because Common Loot steals the last 2.
The payload.
Meeks, Person Man, Fancy looking to push and stagger this soldier that is by himself. They're going to stagger him. He's going to die, so he's going to be set back. He is not going to be with his team. Fancy looking for some more stagger points, more ultimate charge at 35% right now. He is looking pretty good. Lincoln East Varsity pushed way back to the second point, but Common Loot ends up dying. Meeks hiding around the corner. Nobody can see him. He's going to go for the Ana, but doesn't find it, so he's going to have to escape very quickly, which he makes it. Meeks ends up dying, though, to Lenny, who found him around the corner. So Gretna's going to have to push back as damage is being traded. Immortality for Fancy. Fancy ends up dying to Pizza, though, with the help of his team. Gretna having to push all the way out. Lenny just on top of the wall now. Fancy almost has Death Blossom. He is looking to go behind them. Lincoln East holding strong. 4 minutes and 42 seconds on the clock. Fancy looking to go in with that shout. Common Loot finds Coulson. Yamacha pushes his ult but gets walled off. Soundbarrier comes out from Person Man. It's going to help him. Immortality from Effort, but Effort still dies, as that ultimate has a lot of gradation. Lenny by himself ends up dying. Person Man pushing the payload. Gretna stabilizing it, pushing out, only using one ultimate. They're going to have everything else. Lincoln East ended up sacrificing 2 ultimates there. They're going to be switching back from the Lucio to the Ana now, as Gretna is looking to capture the second point. So it's going to end up being 2-2, but we'll see if Gretna can make it to the final point. Common Loot trying to wall them off to stall time. Blizzard comes out from Pizza, freezing a lot of them. Coulson dies, though, from Person Man with the ultimate from Fancy. Fancy finds Lenny as well. Ice finds Meeks. Fancy finds Pizza, though. And Common Loot finds their Ana. So they're going to stagger them pretty good. Fancy is looking for some more picks here, though. And finds it with Coulson dying with the knife. Lenny pushing to stop the payload from moving at all. It is not looking good. Gretna might be pushing completely all the way home. Lincoln East with one ultimate rush. We might have Tac Visor soon, but Meeks, Death Blossom, looking in the sky right now. Effort with the Matrix, holding on to it. Person's gonna have Sound Barrier too. Both walls being up and down. Ice Block being used by Pizza. Coulson finds common loot, which is gonna push Gretna back. They have 4 minutes. Gretna has time. They're hiding, they're getting ultimates. They're gonna have Sound Barrier online now. Lenny's gonna have his ultimate in 10%. He's looking ahead, but not behind him, as there's people behind him. He's gonna get very low because of it. Meeks coming in with Death Blossom, Immortality, and Ice Block comes in. Kills him off with Coulson getting the visor off now. Looking for picks. Doesn't really see anything but Fancy. Trying to hide around the box. Hiding pretty good. Looking to get out. Not going to get out. Got swallowed. Immortality field. No hope for Fancy there. Making these Varsity going to push up to the center so they can keep Gretna from coming in. 3 minutes almost on the clock for Gretna to push it. Still enough time for a few more fights, but we'll see if ultimates can be used on both teams at 3 ultimates right now. High ground for the supports on Lincoln East Varsity. It doesn't matter. They shouldn't move them up there because Fancy and Meek finds both their support and Everett finishes Lenny with the Matrix. That's gonna be the map with Common Loot finding Ice.
Victory.
Gretna takes the map yet again, making it 4-0.
Play of the game.
And that is gonna be it, as it is a best of 5. So that's gonna end us out here. Lenny with the play of the game. Good play of the game. Got some good kills there. But that is going to end it out. So we shall see how it goes. I'm going to wait a few minutes, see what we got going on. See if we're ending, see if we're staying, see what we're doing. So I'll let you guys know here in just a moment. Alrighty, that is going to be it. Gretna wins 4-0 against Lincoln East Varsity. GG's all around. That's going to be it for today's stream. We're going to boop out one more thing before we sign off for today, but thank you to everybody for watching. It was much appreciated to all 7 people who came in. Even more so, I've probably missed some things as I can't see much as I'm running with one monitor. Oh, look at that, 8 people. There we go. So we had an extra one sneak in last second, but either way, thank you guys so much for stopping by, coming in to watch the championship tournament for Hearthstone's Overwatch tournament. I'm going to try to get some more information on this later on, because I'm a little out of date on things, but either way, thank you guys so much for coming in, stopping by, and everything. We'll see you guys next time, but enjoy this lovely video that we have to offer for you guys. We will see you guys in the next tournament.